It doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that?
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Crooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago. You just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle. Those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
Yeah, I stole from the church. Then, okay, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady's purse, a teacher at school. I was on, did I give it back? I probably should go up there right now and give a donation. That's probably what I need to do. It was this teacher at school, and I used to go to, what school was this? It was Douglas. I guess I was in House B at Douglas. I was in House A. I forgot. But this would have been like 1990. Okay, let me see. Hold on. If I graduated 8th grade in 95, it would have been like 1993 or something. Girl, that's so long ago. I can't remember shit. 30 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago this shit was. 30 years. So, I thought nobody even seen me steal that money out of her purse. I took $20 out of her, and I would take the money. I used to go to I remember with that 20, I went to the corner store and I got me some oatmeal cream pies. I got some vanilla ice cream. I got some of them toasted coconut donuts. I got me some tangy cheese shit. I was fat. I was still to eat. I was fat. We was poor, right? So I remember I stole from a lady purse, and I had got caught.
And I said, damn, how they catch me? Ain't nobody even seen me go in her purse. But they found each other. I had to go to the principal's office every day. You know, call my mama. I got my ass toe clean up. So that was the first time. The second time I remember stealing was at the church. The third time, this when I said I better stop this. I think I came to my senses after this, after the third time. After the third time, I said, this is, you know, the third time I got caught. I said, no, I can't do this. It was like more like organized crime. I could have got a RICO charge. I could have had a RICO charge. Let me tell you what had happened. I had this job, right? I told y'all this before. I had this job. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft in North Riverside. Third? I know. Girl, I was a kid. You kids do dumb shit because they kids. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Crab. It was in North Riverside, right? It was like, when you go into North Riverside, you gotta go past the Best Buy, and then on the right-hand side, before you go to the mall, there's the, it was Frank's Nursery and Crab, right? And I used to, I was on the cash register. This is what I used to do. So let's say you come and you pay you come to the register and you do your stuff, right? You be like, okay, I'm gonna cash out. You know, back then, the credit card, everything was separate. It wasn't the same. So what I used to do is if your bill was like $37.41, right? I would charge your credit card $41 and whatever the cent is, and then take the $10 out the grocery store. I mean, out the cash register. Out the grocery store, Lord Jesus. Out the cash register, right? So I would probably make about between like $80 and $100 doing that a day. Girl, today, I guess somebody down to the accounting department started doing a reconciliation. I thought you just started scamming. You a whole professional. I know, child. Somebody down to the accounting department started saying, "Wait a minute now, store number 672 look a little funny on the on the P&L." A day, child. I didn't do it like every day. It would be like, I'd probably do it like, if I ain't work, I was a kid. I wasn't working every day. I was only working like specific days. So I would only do it like, let's say if I work 3 days a week, I would do it like 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. It's one of my fun. I'm not proud of it. Never say I was proud of it. Oh God, we thank God for deliverance. Oh girl, please. I ain't the only person.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. That's all as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope. 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Do you, girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later. Breon. She crazy as hell, but so are you. The helper came in with a bathrobe. A bathrobe and a suitcase. A roll-on suitcase. Bitch, if you're not showing down with Darius Crooks with a bathrobe and a roll-on suitcase, what are you doing? Okay? Do not ask me why she came in there with that bathrobe on. She was fully dressed, but don't ask me. I don't know. And she had that suitcase. She fit right at home. Anytime you show up, and that's my first time ever meeting you, and you that comfortable, it's you at home. She ain't going nowhere. All right? Nowhere.
I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay, I'm not even a fighting person. I don't fight people. But I promise you, boy, what year is this? Back in the top of, shoot, what was it, 2014? It was the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015 when Darius was given to me. And baby, we went through it over on Periscope. And that baby let everything be known. You know, he was opening up. And, you know, you learn his story. And you be like, you know what? Not on my watch, okay? Nobody else is going to come in here and nobody's going to come in here and mess with my Darius.
Police station. Why am I not in jail? Where's the record? Where's the Okay. Y'all believe anything, child. Okay. Then that's what happened. I saw women.
So much, you must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies. You be telling them lies. I asked you about this. Yeah, you lied about it. I asked you about that. Yeah, you lied about it. Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you a lie to his face. Damn, P-O-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said, P-No-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. Now, boo! Let's go and start telling all them lies, number one. Let's go, cause I don't believe that you say at this point. Cause all you do is lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Mama! 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 Mama!
What's up, good people? I see y'all are in here tonight. Let me know that you can hear me by typing in the chat, the nerve. If you can hear me in the chat, I see y'all are up in here. Yes. I am finally going to give my 2 cents on this whole situation with Darius Crooks having the nerve to put his mouth on Auntie Tabitha Brown, and her successes. Tabitha Bonita Brown, how dare you put your mouth on her, you scammer, you. Thank you to everyone letting me know that you could hear me by typing the nerve. Special shout out to our channel members who are in the chat. And there's a lot of y'all in here tonight. Marianne, Alice, R.N. Smith, Saint Cinna, Renee, Rachel, Tasha 50, Sock Snob, Alice, if I didn't say that, Marianne, Miss AMJ, B Hunt, Donna Hammond, Don Smart, Jackie, and everyone else, all of our other channel members and everyone else who is in the chat. It is greatly appreciated. Also, thank you to the 86% of you who have taken a poll and said that you have liked this video. Please like this video if you haven't had a chance as of yet, and share it as well. Sharing is caring. And it is free to like the video, but it is valuable to me and the growth of my platform. Also, if you would like to become a channel member, you can hit the join button below. And with becoming a channel member, you get special emojis, special shout outs, access to our once a month lives for channel members, and you get the loyalty badges that show that you are a loyal VPO member, and more, much more. So hit that join button below and it'll tell you all you need to know. Also, don't forget, we are on Telegram. On Telegram, that's where you can get notifications about when we're going live. other little updates. Also, we have special groups where you guys can communicate with each other as well as with me and share stuff like what's happening with the Darius Crooks stuff. Y'all, we behind already, y'all. I waited 4 days to even talk about this, and now extra drama on top of that in the Darius Crooks camp. We got to talk about Chantel again, not tonight, but we're going to talk about Chantel later this week. We're going to probably touch on Pam, Cause by Nature. We're going to have to do, and then I'm behind on some other stuff too. It's a whole thing. But anyway, on Telegram, that's where the live action day-to-day stuff is happening. You can download the app if you do not have it by scanning the QR code there. And if you're already on Telegram, you can just join our VIP group by typing in VellB VIP. So join the fun over there. Also, don't forget, we're also on Patreon. Yeah, I'm doing all the commercials. Let's get them all out the way. Don't forget that we are on Patreon, and you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/IAmVellB. You can join for free. And at the paid tiers of $5 or more, you get access to our weekly and sometimes bi-weekly live streams. And that's me uncensored, topics uncensored, vlogs, conversation, updates, et cetera, et cetera. We were just on live last night. We actually talked about this too a couple days ago. So, and I go live on Patreon impromptu because I don't have to prepare a show like I had to do for this. So I'll just randomly get on and just start spouting out stuff. So we're going to cover some of what I talked about, and then I'm going to go in depth with some things that I did not cover in our Patreon live. So poll question we have out there. I guess I'll tell you what we're going to talk about too. So we are definitely going to talk about what's going on with the Darius Crooks slandering Tabitha Brown, hating on her successes. Then we're going to talk about not only the most recent comment that Darius Crooks has made about Tabitha Brown, but we're also going to talk about the history of Darius Crooks hating on and shading Tabitha Brown. Because for some of y'all like, why would he be doing this? This is so strange. Why he mad because she got a deal with Target and and this and that. This ain't the first time, y'all. This ain't the first time. This might be the first time you heard of it. But Darius Crooks has been shading Tabitha Brown for years now. And I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get into it with receipts. Because that's what we do over here. So we're going to talk about the history, because he'll act like there's no real history there, but there is. We're going to talk about the history of why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown. Then some of, since Darius is so much of an expert, we're going to go take a trip back down memory lane. Let's talk about how Darius Crooks has gained so much experience that he can offer business advice to a multi-millionaire successful entrepreneur who has become a household name. We could start with Uptown Pies and what is it? Cupcake Gallery. We can go back down memory lane. Let's talk about your business successes that no longer exist. And then we're gonna just touch on a few things there. So let's get to our first topic, which is poll question, I should say. Have you heard the drama surrounding Darius Crooks calling Tabitha Brown a fool? Now, part of the issue is it's not necessarily an issue for someone to have an opinion of something, but it's all in how you state your opinion. First of all, who gives a damn about his opinion in regards to this? But second of all, it's how you do it. 82% of you have seen that Darius Crooks, the drama surrounding Darius Crooks calling Tabitha Brown a fool for her brand deal with Target. So let's read a article, because for those of you who don't know, Black Enterprise has been covering Darius Crooks now sporadically since 2001, when his scamming allegations were brought to their attention And they basically did an investigative report, 2 articles, which ain't even quite their brand, but because they are about Black entrepreneurship and they saw that there was a scammer on the loose, they decided to, they covered this story. Darius Crooks said they were lying. He said that they didn't give him a chance to answer to the allegations, et cetera, et cetera. So they was like, okay, well, we'll interview you as well. They interviewed him and then doubled down and gave even more receipts. So there's a history here. So they also covered this, and I knew this was going to be an interesting article when I saw the headlines. So Black Enterprise article says Darius Crooks speaks against Tabitha Brown partnering with Target. Chef Darius Crooks is accused of hating from outside the club after bashing Tabitha Brown's Target partnership. They go on to say, Chef Darius Crooks Williams, because he's self-proclaimed. He's nobody's chef. He's never been to culinary school or anything. So he really doesn't deserve that title. They shouldn't throw it around so loosely. He's a home cook, self-taught, but he is nobody's chef. But Darius Crooks Williams had a lot to say about Tabitha Brown's permanent partnership. You see how they underline that? They've been a little petty. They've been a little petty, and I love it. With mega retailer Target. They being petty. I like it. I love it. On October 10th, the outspoken culinary insider went live on Instagram to share his thoughts on Tabitha Brown's latest limited edition collection with Target. Latest. Again, not one product, not 2, not 3, not one category, not 2, not 3, not 4, multiple categories. This website has really been acting up. Y'all need to get this together, Black Enterprise. Why is your website acting up? So the collection released in July, which would be the latest collection, released in July, offers an uplifting range of products across 5 categories: groceries, gifts, gift essentials, stationery, cookware, and home decor, with prices ranging from $2.99 to $70. Couple things she got going on here that Darius Crooks does not. For one, she's in a major retailer. For two, she's across multiple categories: groceries, gift essentials, stationery, cookware, and home decor. Darius Crooks ain't in nobody's groceries. Darius Crooks ain't got nobody's gift. They mentioned an uplifting range of products. Darius Crooks ain't uplifting nobody but himself. And stationery, he ain't got no stationery. All he got is crock pots and dildos. So he kind of got, a few of the kitchenware. He ain't got no home decor either. Also, her prices range from $2.99 to $70. The only time you're going to get anything near $70 from Darius Crooks is when he puts it at a 200% discount when he started some drama. Don't he got a discount code Target right now or something? I think I saw somebody mention, or maybe they was joking. Anyway, once again, here they go with a poll. They got a survey. If you were a part of our last Darius Crooks live update, Black Enterprise is so petty, and I love it, that they have started doing quizzes related to Darius Crooks. So we're going to come back to this before I close out this article. Remind me, y'all. Don't let me forget. The article goes on to say, although this is the latest in a series of collections Brown has launched with Target over the past 2 years, with Williams criticized Brown for partnering with the retailer giant instead of releasing the products through her own brand. He also believes the retailer is setting Brown up to fail by placing her items on the quote-unquote bottom shelf. I believe people had been, I'm going to defend Crooks for a second. Remember this, marketing history. I believe people were misquoting him with this. When he was talking about the bottom shelf, he was referring to his ex-friend, who was never really his friend. She was a friend to him. He was never a friend to her. But Pamela, whatever her name is, Coils by Nature. She's a friend of his who had an ex-friend of his who had a hair care and skincare product line that was in Target. Her products got put on the bottom shelf. And so Darius Crooks, in trying to prove his point to act like he's all-knowing, talked about the products, talked about Target putting products on the bottom shelf. And so people took it to mean that he was saying that Tabitha's products were on the bottom shelf. Thank you so much, Saint Center, Pamela Booker, who was the former owner of Coils by Nature. So that's what he was saying when he said that. He did not say, well, he was insinuating that her products would be put on the bottom shelf, but he wasn't saying that they actually were on the bottom shelf. He was quoted as saying, Target buy 8 pallets from you. If you don't sell them pallets, guess what? You owe Target money. Williams insinuates in a clip reposted online. That's in the contract. Do I even try? Oh, well, no, I won't be able to. He has me blocked. I won't be able to see it. I was about to play it for y'all because I didn't pull that clip in. This is the other thing I'm going to say about this before I forget. Darius Crooks, again, is sitting there acting like an expert when he has no real insight into the level that Tabitha Brown is at. Tabitha Brown is a celebrity. Tabitha Brown gets celebrity deals. Tabitha Brown gets celebrity contracts. Your ex-friend, Pamela Booker, who was selling out her garage and ended up in a warehouse in Atlanta, doing it all herself, probably mixing batches and all kind of stuff. She ain't getting the same kind of deal that Tabitha gets. So yeah, she probably did have to buy her pallets, and if they didn't sell, she had to pay them back, et cetera, et cetera. But Tabitha Brown has an elite level of a contract. I know this from YouTube. YouTube pays people at my level and below at a certain scale. Once you get to a certain level with YouTube, with millions of subscribers, a Mr. Beast, a B Love, and the list goes on, they get paid a higher rate than we get paid per video, per click, per view. They also get higher level brand commercials than we get. They are also a part of an elite group of YouTube called Studio 51, I think. They're not like us. Tabitha Brown is in that level of a category. So Darius Crooks has no idea what he's talking about as it pertains to her deal. He's assuming based on his limited knowledge and wanting it to be a bad deal for her on top of that. Let's keep that real. The article goes on to say he goes on to describe 2 different concepts Brown had the option to go with. How he knows this? How does he know this? He don't even let him tell her he ain't never talked to her. He goes on to say Target using your name, which Williams calls Brown a fool for agreeing to. Williams said he believes that no matter how much Target offered Brown, her strong following could enable her to sell products independently through her own platform. He goes on to say, how many followers does Tabitha have? He asked himself. Millions, he said in response. He's quoted as saying, she could convert 1 million of her followers to buy a $56 air fryer. That's 56 million to your bottom line, Williams declares. Now, how he go from 1 million, that she gonna get 1 million of her social media followers to buy an air fryer? For one, the math ain't mathing because that's not how social media works. When you see people with, even Darius Crooks, he's prime example. He has millions of followers, but he does not sell millions of products. He might sell a few thousand, but he's not selling millions. If that theory made sense, he supposedly has about 3 million followers across platforms. Shouldn't he be selling 1 million products by now? He ain't hit 1 million products by now. So his math ain't mathing even for his own scenario. And the only people he's getting to buy it ain't all the people who following him. It's the chosen few who are his flying ants, the people who are a part of his followers, who are a part of his indoctrination, his cult, his Instagram follower kind of people, and his Facebook people. That's who is buying his goods. Keep in mind that Tabitha Brown is a household name. The people who are buying her products are not only people, some of the people that buy her products are not online. They don't follow her on social media. They see her on television, on The Chi, on her Emmy award-winning kids show, on talk shows, et cetera, et cetera. That's where they know her from. Darius Crooks and Tabitha Brown are not the same. It's a world he does not even understand. So what she look like only hawking her stuff online like he does, e-commerce only, because he doesn't have a reach to get to the masses offline. He doesn't have that reach. He's not a celebrity. He's not a household name. He's hawking Alabama wear, crock pots and dildos. Literally. People be thinking I'm joking when I say crock pots and dildos. No, he sells both crock pots and dildos. Be a snack, he has a sex toy line. I shouldn't be saying that word on YouTube, but it's the truth. He went on to call her a fool again, stating that he would never have entered into a partnership with Target if he had the same level of fame as Brown. That's one reason you don't have the same level. His tirade received mixed reactions, with the majority being negative, as people responded to his criticism of the social media star, actress, and the author. Exactly. She's not just on social media like you. She's actually an actress, and she's also a best-selling New York Times bestseller author as well. He was quoted as saying, "I would never, when you would never ask is diabolical," one user wrote. Chef Darius, if you ain't having a good day, don't you dare go there messing up somebody else's, added someone else. There was one person who appeared to understand where Williams was coming from and offered to further reiterate his point. They were quoted as saying, "We may not like the person or the delivery, but Darius made some valid points. We all love Tabitha. I think in a nutshell, he's saying she sold herself short," they explained. They go on to say, "She could have made way more and done way better, especially for a company who didn't even value her enough to put the products in a better place in the store. And I disagree. They typically have her stuff off to the side. You wouldn't know about it unless you were intentionally looking for it." That's a lie. This is a flat out lie. Because, and I didn't pull it for this video, but there are people on TikTok, because everybody's doing their clapbacks with this, who have gone to Target and filmed where her products are on end caps. Every section you go in, the grocery section, the home goods section, etc., they have her products prominently placed. Prominently. People just be saying stuff. Brown seemed pleased with her Target partnership, releasing multiple limited edition collections since 2022. Her latest collection showcased vibrant, eye-catching patterns like tropical floral, polka dots, tropical fruit prints, and rainbow stripes across products such as notebooks, gift wraps, pouches, picture frames, laptop sleeves, stationery, and cookware. Brown and Target introduced a variety of food and beverages, including snacks, dips, pre-made lunches, meal kits, and red and white wines priced at $7.99 per bottle. Staying true to her commitment to veganism, Brown ensured that all of her food and drink items in the new Target collection are entirely vegan. Another thing about Tabitha Brown that Darius Crooks can't compete with, and I think there's a level of jealousy to this. When you really look at Tabitha Brown's track record, her successes, the favor that she has on her life, Tabitha Brown took off, because some of y'all might not know this. Tabitha Brown took off in 2020 during the pandemic. She went from being unemployed, driving Lyft and Uber, struggling, coming off of food stamps, etc., to blowing up during the pandemic, and within 2 years, getting a multi-million-dollar deal with Target, which the plan was, if it was successful back when she started, they would continue to grow her product line into a lifestyle line. We are watching that manifest. So within 4 years, Tabitha Brown has gone from an unknown, struggling actress to Emmy Award winning, household name, multimillionaire, living in her dream home, retired her husband, living the life of her dreams, beyond her dreams. And Darius Crooks has been in the game, social media game, since about 2008. Since about 2008. And this woman has done in 2 years, started to do in 2 years, what he couldn't do in over a decade. And she has done it honestly. Ain't got not one scamming allegation. Ain't got a whole line of people talking about how she stole their businesses, stole their ideas. She not online harassing people, cyberbullying, none of it. So when you start to talk about the favor of God and people being blessed by God and the fruits of God, this here, not that. That shows that. Not this. No matter what he claims, you see that there's no fruit on that tree. You see the drama. This Tabitha Brown is the latest. What was it? A couple months ago it was Netta. Then before that was whoever else. And before that was whoever else. And before that it was whoever else. It's always some drama with him. And there's always a lot of jealousy. So Darius Crooks, I honestly didn't pull the clip because I ain't feel like it really. Hopefully y'all saw the clip of Darius Crooks saying what he said about Tabitha. We got to listen to him enough this evening. So I didn't pull the clip. I read what he said. Here's Tabitha Brown's response to Darius Crooks putting her name in his mouth.
Y'all all right? So listen real quick. I was talking to a good friend today, and he was sharing with me how something that somebody did upset him. And he was like, honey, and they had the nerve to say what they said, right? And so I told him, I said, some folk, that's all they have is the nerve. Honey, they only have the nerve to say foolishness. They only have the nerve to talk about folk. They only have the nerve to look down on folk. They only have the nerve to complain. Some folk, that's all they got is the nerve. And that is why your success get on their nerves. Your happiness get on their nerves. Your joy get on their nerves. Honey, your family and your home get on their nerves. Your job, your career, it gets on their nerves because that's all they got. They spend so much time complaining and having the nerve to speak on other folk that's all that they have gotten left is their nerve. So baby, don't spend your time letting them type of folk get on your nerve, okay? That's all they got. But you have so much more. Honey, they have no integrity. They have no loyalty. They have no joy, no love, no compassion. They don't have a good family life. They don't have good friendships. That's why they're so focused on other folk. That's why everything get on their nerve. And that's why that's all they got left. It's the nerve to cut up and act a fool. Don't let them folk get to you. All right? Very good. I love you. Now, go about your business. Have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't let nobody get on your nerves, okay? Don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. I love y'all. Bye.
I see Alice saying that Tabitha Brown reads with so much class. I love it. I'm the same. I really wish that I could take some of the toxicity out of my reads and come across that graceful, so demure, so mindful. I wish. I ain't get that gift. I sit there and I drag. So people are saying that with Tabitha reading Darius Crooks, it is very well. And poll question. Let me do it. Do you think that Tabitha was talking about Darius Crooks in this video? 94% of you say yes. 6% of you say no. Now I'm questioning the 6% of you, and please let me know in the chat why you think no. And I'm gonna let you know why I think yes. Because when I'm gonna just replay it because I want to take it point by point.
Y'all all right? So listen real quick. I was talking to a good friend today, and he was sharing with me how something that somebody did upset him. And he was like, honey, and they had the nerve to say what they said, right? And so I told him, I said, you know, some folk, that's all they have is the nerve. Honey, they only have the nerve to say foolishness. They only have the nerve to talk about folk.
So for me, when she says they only have nerve to talk about foolishness, to talk about folk, Darius Crooks. If you pay any attention, you listen to his daily IG lives, it's only him being a fool, dragging people, having drama throughout his day-to-day. He was fighting on an airplane. Well, this ain't the first time, but yesterday or something, he gets in an argument with a guy on the airplane. All this is for clicks and views. He's always trying to insert himself into some social media drama. He goes to these restaurants, although many of you haven't seen the footage yet, because he's doing this bulk recording of him doing his slanderous restaurant reviews. And what he's doing is he's previewing them to his diehard flying ants on Instagram only. So you got to be a part of that cult in order to see the stuff. And when he's watching it with them, he's laughing, he's making shady comments about the restaurant, about the waiters, about the situation, about the food, this and that, and they just cackle it. Sounds like the person that Tabitha's describing to me.
They only have the nerve to look down on folk.
Everything that Darius Crooks says when it comes to the restaurant reviews, everything has a negative spin to it. When he talks about other people, Tabitha Brown, many of us are celebrating this amazing deal that she's gotten with Target. The fact that she's gone from struggling in 2020 to being a household name and a multimillionaire, building generational wealth. There's no doubt that she's at the level of building generational wealth at this point. Many of us are celebrating that. Darius Crooks doesn't celebrate it. We never heard a congratulation, not for nothing that didn't happen to her. Nothing that has happened to her has he congratulated. But we do see him nitpicking when she has these successes.
They only have the nerve to complain. Some folk, that's all they got is the nerve. And that is why your success get on their nerves. Your happiness get on their nerves. Your joy get on.
She's talking about herself. Her happiness gets on his nerve. Her joy gets on her nerve, as in Crooks.
Their nerves. Honey, your family and
her family gets on his nerve.
Your home,
her beautiful home, dream home, gets on his nerves.
Get on their nerves. Your job, your career, it gets on their nerves because that's all they got. They spend so much time complaining and having the nerve to speak on other folk that's all that they have gotten left is their nerve. So baby, don't spend your time letting them type of folk get on your nerve. Okay? That's all they got. But you have so much more. Honey, they have no integrity. They have no
no integrity. Sounds like Crooks.
Loyalty. They have no joy.
No loyalty, no joy. Sounds like Crooks. We see Crooks time and time again turn on people who were allegedly friends, who were allegedly these situations of we love each other, we got each other's back, et cetera, et cetera. And the first inkling that he could throw them under the bus to save himself or to make himself just feel better about how hateful he is, he does it. He did it with Pam Booker, Coils by Nature. He did it with the other lady, the t-shirt lady. Was it Mess in a Bottle t-shirt lady? I don't know why she got strays from that situation. She got thrown under the bus. We know Jeremy got thrown under the bus from him quitting the Three Kings tour because it was drama-filled due to Darius Crooks, and he wanted to get out for his mental health, etc. He gets dragged, and now he's been dragged since then. And Darius Crooks throwing him under the bus for stuff totally unrelated to that. Chantel, unfortunately, she got her own stuff going on, but she got thrown under the bus. And then he's celebrating her situation of something with the foreclosure. I ain't looked into it yet, but looks like she's potentially about to lose her restaurant to foreclosure. He's sitting there celebrating it. Who does that? What happy, fulfilled, multi-millionaire, my life is but a dream, Every day is what I want it to be. Who then is that happy and content in your life that you celebrate other people's suffering and downfall? Ain't nothing godly about that. Nothing godly about that.
No love, no compassion. They don't have
I just said it. No love, no compassion. Have compassion. You can hate on, you can be mad at Chantel and feel like whatever he feels, but why are you rejoicing over her suffering? Her suffering is content. And they over there, the flying ants. Yeah, this is beautiful. She did you wrong. She took your bottles of wine. Look at her about to lose her restaurant. Did you see this on her? What?
good family life. They don't have good friendship.
They don't have a good family. Catch this. For those of you, this for the 6%. That's why I had to revisit this, because some of y'all don't know this stuff. So y'all like, no, she's just saying random stuff. No, she's riding up and down Darius Crooks Street. She's reading his life for filth in her very demure, very mindful way.
They don't have good friendships. That's why they're so focused on other folk. That's why everything get on their nerves. They're so focused on a good family life. They don't have good friendships.
They don't have a good family life. Do you know that for those 6% of you, do you know that Darius Crooks does not have a good family life? Do you know that he doesn't talk to his mother, who is alive and well? Do you know that he only saw his father 2 or 3 times in his life? Do you know that he has a brother and sister and nephew, and he has no relationship with any of them? Did you know that? Sounds like not a good family life to me. Now they're together. Those people are together, but he's not. Did you know all the friends he had in Chicago, like the ones who were upward moving, none of them is he friends with. Only the toxic ones who act the way he do online, those are the only ones he's still friends with.
That's why they're so focused on other folk. That's why everything get on their nerve. And that's why that's all they got left. Is the nerve to cut up and act a fool. Don't let
Darius Crooks cuts up and acts a fool daily because he has the nerve. That's all he has the nerve to do.
them folk get to you. All right? Very good. I love you.
So just wanted you to know, 6% of you, she was talking about Crooks. She was definitely talking about Crooks. I wasn't sure at first until I heard it. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's talking about Crooks. She's definitely talking about Crooks. Poll question going out. Do you believe that Darius Crooks, that he never saw, well, I guess I should have reworded that differently. But anyway, we're about to watch this clip that applies. There's a reason why I have Till You Do Right By Me, No Good Is Gonna Come. Color Purple, Whoopi Goldberg. Because this is what Tabitha just did. It ain't gonna be good for Darius Crooks if he don't get his act together. But anyway, this is Darius Crooks responding after Tabitha's message that we just saw. And this is what he claims. And so the poll question is, do you believe that he's saying he never saw it?
Did you see Tabitha's video in post? I actually do not follow Tabitha Brown at all. So I have no idea what she has said in response. I don't take back anything I said about Tabitha Brown. I'm not backpedaling, nor am I pussy popping on what I said. If you want to know what I said, you can watch the video. But essentially, I said that if she would have did this on her own, she would have made a lot more money. I'm not backpedaling on any of that. I'm not backpedaling, nor am I hating on the woman. So, you know, what I stated was a matter of fact. With 4 million followers, or however many followers she had, if you sold one air fryer to 1 million people at $65, that's $65 million. I don't have Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I don't have Twitter.
Jesus, this is exhausting. I swear, y'all, I didn't feel like doing this live. I'm doing this for y'all. This is how much I love y'all. Hit that like button. Where are we at with the likes? Hit that like button, because I swear I'm pushing through. He is exhausting to me. Yes, please hit that like button. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of this platform. It also encourages me to come on at times like this one. I'm like, I just can't do it. He is just... It's so real. The delusion, the lies, oh my God. And it's like, I could barely get through a story because I play a clip and it leads us down another rabbit hole. He is sitting here saying he doesn't have Twitter. He don't be on Twitter. For one, that's partially a lie. Part of the truth of that, because he'll tell a bit of the truth and wrap it in a big old lie. Part of the truth of that is his primary account is no longer on Twitter. Darius Crooks got banned from Twitter in 2021 from his toxic behavior. That's when Twitter actually was doing stuff and banning people. Y'all know Trump got banned and a whole bunch of other people. Darius Crooks was one of those accounts that got banned for toxic behavior. Now he can probably get back on there, but he never has. However, Darius Crooks has burners. Those are fake accounts that you use. And I know this because he has harassed myself and others on Twitter. Also, when things happen on Twitter, he responds and says things that let you know, if you're on Twitter, lets you know that he's reading the hashtag Darius Crooks. For any of you who are on Twitter or interested in going deep dives, hashtag Darius Crooks, follow that hashtag. Anyway, so he's acting as if it's a choice that he's just not on Twitter. For one, yes, he is. He's being a voyeur. But for two, his original account got banned.
So, and also as a matter of practice, as a popular content creator, I also can't search out and respond to everybody who has anything to say about me. I mean, I'm sorry. I called her a fool? Or did I say what she did was foolish?
This is his gaslighting tactics, where you know what you saw, you know what you heard, but he'll be like, but is that really what you saw? Did I really call her a fool? Or did I use the term fool in the context of foolishness, in the context of the word as it pertains to the world? So think about what you're saying when you say, I call her a fool. Play the tape back. Like he does that kind of stuff. Right. Just straight gaslighting. The craziness is that he's gaslighting thousands of people, and many of them, especially his flying monkeys, they buy into it. And I'm like, I don't see how they deal with the mental abuse. I don't see it. Well, I guess because they mentally touched and so they don't notice. Oh, that wasn't what I was trying to do.
And then how did I say it? Was I saying it like, you know, in my joke?
Then, and how was I saying it? Why does it sound like a in living color skit? But in the conjunction of the function of the word foolish, when you think about the context of how I eradicated, I'm doing this on purpose, eradicated the term and the intonation of my usage of the word, how did it sound? Or was it another word that sound like foolish? That's the games he playing with y'all. Y'all remember that skit from In Living Color?
Way? Like, what was I saying?
What was I saying? Everybody heard you clearly, Ninja.
You were being...
That's why you're getting drugged. Oh, right. That's what this person's about to say. That's why you're getting drugged across the entire internet on every platform.
Dragged on Twitter very bad. I'm not being dragged nowhere. You can only be dragged where you accept. I'm not on Twitter. My day goes on just fine. See, this is the thing. If you don't consume it, it don't affect you. And I haven't consumed it. So my life is going on just fine. If you do not consume it, guess what it can't do? Affect you. And guess what I don't do? Consume it.
So Darius Crooks is gaslighting y'all once again, because he ain't gaslighting me. I know the truth. But he gaslighting y'all once again, telling y'all, I don't pay no attention. For one, did I really use the word foolish or fool? Or was it in the context of bad weather being a fool? Or was it in the context of the LGBT plus community? And y'all not gay. Are you gay? You're not gay, right? So you don't understand what I'm saying when the words are coming out of my mouth. See, you got to be gay. You want to be gay? You don't want to be gay, right? So you don't understand what I just said when I said she foolish as fuck. That's like, what's happening? People fall for it though. People fall for it. They fall for it. They defend it. Well, he was right. What he meant was he was mean and right. God bless y'all. Tabitha, can you pray for the people? I know there's power in your words. Tabitha, can you cast a prayer over the whole internet and the minds of these people? Because some of them look slow. So, speaking of slow, Darius Crooks was loud and wrong, for one, with his advice to Tabitha Brown. Those of us who have followed Darius Crooks for any length of time, who's truly aware of Darius Crooks' horrible business practices, sloppiness, horrible logistics with his e-commerce, with his scamming, the cyberbullying, the doxing of his customers, the horrible customer service, all of those things. We know that the way he is talking about how amazing and how much money that Tabitha Brown can make, we know that it is not as easy as he claims. He doesn't even have the following that she has, and he couldn't even keep up with the demand. So here's somebody who breaks down on top of all of that, because let Darius Crooks tell it. If you don't know no better, he like, I know how to do this, and if she would do it like me, she'd be a gazillionaire. Yeah, but let's not forget how you floundered. Let's not forget that we've just been covering, as of like 2-3 weeks ago, people starting to complain about not getting orders again because your one warehouse worker, Tammy, must be on her retreat that she was trying to raise money for a couple months ago. And your day laborers only come when Tammy is there to watch them. Your TaskRabbit workers. He ain't gonna tell that part of the story though. So here's a person who I think broke down beautifully. This is another creator, and I hope her name is in here somewhere. I didn't pay attention, but she broke down, I think, in this little clip of hers, the loud and wrongness of Darius Crooks as it pertains to his advice to Tabitha Brown.
$1 million in the bank. 100% hers.
So I want to talk about Darius Cook's feedback to Tabitha Brown and why a lot of his advice is actually toxic to Black business owners. There is a lot of cost associated with launching a large-scale product-based brand, and there's a lot of important expertise associated with properly running that kind of company. You have to develop the product, partner with manufacturers, design and produce the product packaging, source supplies and ingredients, manage those vendors, work with sales and distribution brokers to get your product into stores. That's if you don't plan on developing your own brick-and-mortar locations, or manage your e-commerce sales channel, plus shipping and handling. Not to mention the marketing and advertising costs associated with generating the kind of visibility and brand equity that a company like Target has. The resource investment that it would have cost Tabitha Brown to launch her own product line across categories like grocery, home decor, kitchenwares, and gifts, all categories that she has a presence in Target, by the way. It would likely not have left her with
$150 million in the bank. 100% hers.
So again, let Darius Crooks tell it. It's as easy as pie. Just start a business and start selling products from Alibaba. You'll be a multi-billion gazillionaire. Meanwhile, for those of us, again, who are aware beyond the smoke and mirrors of the Darius Crooks and what he putting out there for the rest of y'all, Darius Crooks is not running his bit. Now, he's able to finagle and get money because, again, he only got one worker in his warehouse, and then the other people are day laborers who come in only when orders are coming in, and the orders only really come in when he gets in some drama like this, and then does a discount code, and then goes on his IG cooking lies and starts making diabetic-inducing food, and they get happy, and he tells a few jokes and plays church, and then they buy. That's the only time he gets an influx of orders. Day to day, there's no real orders coming through of note, so the warehouse is closed. I know because I've been to Atlanta a multitude of times, and have been through the Pedestal warehouse many times, got footage and everything, showing there's nobody there. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, typical warehouse hours, day shift, because they don't need no second or third shift. Ain't that much going out. Nobody's there. You'll see videos of Darius Crooks going to his own warehouse when he stops in Atlanta, going in the middle of the day. Nobody there. Last year, the year before, he be running in there printing his own labels for the boxes. How you got time to print labels? Tabitha Brown is smarter than you. She not finna come from her house to go print labels. She not finna leave the production of her Emmy Award-winning children's show or an interview on some major network. She not gonna leave there to go print labels and go search her warehouse to see how many skillets and crock pots she got left that nobody noticed that was in a corner, like you. She's smarter than you. There's a reason to have a partnership with a large brand. They do all the heavy lifting. They already have those systems in place. Guess what? Tabitha's cashing checks, not sitting there answering internet questions about somebody returning her slow cooker at Target. Tabitha, your slow cooker I bought, the knob was a little loose. What should I do? She ain't saying, you're gonna have to go back to Target and talk to Gail. Gail will handle it for you. Idiot. She just cashing checks. She like Nene Licks. She cashing checks. Meanwhile, Darius Crooks got his products here in discount stores and he don't even know nothing about it. He can't even control his own inventory. He don't know what's in the warehouse. Every couple of weeks he get on, y'all, I got a bundle of crop pots in orange. I just found this box. It's 25 of them if y'all want to order. I'm about to put them online now. What? And then a whole truckload somehow ended up in discount stores across America. And then when people asked him, why your products in stores and you don't sell them in stores, you only sell them on your website. You know, it's white label. You know, I don't control what the manufacturer do with the stuff. You know, they can do that. They can make more of them and then put them wherever they want. You're not finna see Tabitha Brown stuff in DD's or no beauty supply. Why? Because she has partnered with experts who handle this properly. And some of y'all falling for it. No, but he a good businessman. He told y'all he didn't even know how this got in these stores. And this is just one pallet. Really, it looked like the whole freight of it coming from Asia or wherever he get it, Japan, I think. The whole freight load of his Alibaba stuff ended up across the country. It was on eBay and everything. When people DM the people who were selling it online, they said they got it off of a freight from an auction because Darius Crooks didn't pay his import taxes. Tabitha Brown ain't got to worry about figuring out how to pay import taxes. Why? Because through her deal with Target, they take care of all that. So I feel like talking about this foolishness. It's just ridiculous. And he done finally bumbled his way. How many years? 3 years later, he done bumbled his way to almost appearing to the naked eye, to those who don't know no better, like he running a legitimate situation. And now he getting on here talking to a multi-millionaire household name. Is it because she black? Just ask yourself the question. I almost want to put a poll question. Is it because she black? Because are you advising Rachel Ray saying she got a horrible deal? She foolish. Did you send the same message to Paula Dean? Huh? Why Tabitha? Because last time I checked, Tabitha pretty much has the same kind of deals that those other white celebrities. I'm sorry, you always hold white people in high esteem. I forgot about that. Sorry for asking that question. I'm just wondering. It just occurred to me literally just now. Like, why Tabitha? Because She got the same deal. This ain't the first time that a major retailer has partnered with a public figure or celebrity and had these sort of deals. Did you call all them foolish? Did you make a video about them? But the black lady, oh, okay. The black lady held in high esteem. The black lady who don't bother nobody. The black lady ain't got no drama. The black lady that we're all rooting for. Why? Why, Sway? Why, Crooks? Why, Crooks? I know why. You're miserable. I know why. Poll question we're closing out. Do you believe that Darius Crooks never saw Tabitha's response? 91% of y'all like that ninja line. Y'all right. 9% of y'all, you know, hey, teachers all. I can't convince all y'all. That ain't even my job. Do you think Crooks targeted? It's not on purpose, but now that I'm writing the word, I'm like, forget it. Let's keep it. Do you think that Darius Crooks targeted Tabitha Brown? No pun intended, but it is Tabitha Brown because she is a black. Ooh, y'all, I'm struggling on so many levels. If y'all only knew, black woman. Do y'all think that he targeted Tabitha Brown because she's a black woman? I mean, it literally just came to me. So I'm like, this is not the first time. This is not the first time that some major retailer has made a deal with it. George Foreman, is he a fool? I mean, we can really go down. If I think hard enough, we could really go. Martha Stewart, is she a fool? Because last time I checked, Martha Stewart wasn't hawking her cookware line or her aprons online. She's in retail, major retailers. And she had, I can't even remember exactly because it's so many years ago. She was definitely one of the first with the lifestyle brands on that level. I mean, she had paint and everything. Still do, I think. Paint and everything. I really feel like that's the way that they're taking Tabitha's brand. How's that dumb? She's supposed to be selling groceries, stationery, cookware, home goods. She's supposed to be doing what? She gonna get her Amazon-sized warehouse? Because yours already packed to the rafters, the little one you got in Atlanta, that you can't hardly get rid of the stuff in there because every time you show it while you're bragging, the stuff stacked all the way to the heavens or down to the hell where you belong. So how Sway? How Sway? Let him tell it. She about to make $300 quadrillion off of a spoon. All she got to do is sell a spoon. She got a 4 million. She got more than that, however many millions. But if only 1 million of her people buy one spoon, she'll be a gazillionaire. That's Crooks math. No overhead, no staff, no taxes, none of it. No manufacturing costs, none of it. It's just she just sell one spoon and she would be a gazillionaire. Just making up money amounts. But this is his product in Adidas. Right. Maddie's mama said rent a spoon. If they just rent spoons, if she could lease spoons to people, she'd be so rich, it'd be 5 generations worth of wealth. She would have more money than the United States of America if she rented spoons for a living. Oh, Crooks. Oh, you're right. You're such a joke. Anyway, poll question. Y'all so foolish. Poll question, we're closing out. Do you think that Darius Crooks targeted Tabitha Brown because she's a black woman? I don't know. I'm just saying, it just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, because she ain't the first person to ever do this. But then he doing a whole broadcast about how foolish she is. You didn't say Rachel Ray and Paula Dean and Martha Stewart and whoever else. Y'all give me a bunch of names. You didn't say none of them was stupid, foolish. What about them? She's building upon a model that's already been set by white folks. George Foreman, he ain't white, but George Foreman. But the black lady you gonna tear down. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I forgot that's what you do. That's your thing. We've shared that story around here a bunch of times, and plus I knew him in real life, so. But, you know, there's that. Next poll question coming your way as we move along. Do you know the history of why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown for winning in life? Do you know why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown for her winning in life? Because really, when you look at it, what else did she do? She just winning. She is being blessed and highly favored. She's been through a lot. Illnesses, health. I've read her book and stuff. Health issues and unemployment and all kind of stuff. And then God turned it around. And we're watching the glory of God. And she gives God the glory. She gives God his praise. She tells her testimony to help the rest of us. And this fool want to tear her down. She a fool. Okay. Because maybe that ain't what God told her to do. Because everything ain't about money. Everything. She is not broke. She ain't suffering. She's still building generational wealth. But because she ain't building it in lump cartel-like sums, don't mean she not prospering. Don't mean that she not on the path that God has for her. Everything ain't about money. However, if your worth is only in money and you're not fulfilled in your life, you're not a happy person, you don't have a family life, you don't have real friendships of people who can really hold you accountable. Because I talked about this on Patreon when we were on Patreon the other night. I was telling them about a habit I developed. And I said, call me out on my ish. Don't placate to me. My friends, my real friends call me out on my ish. I don't want nobody just like you perfect. Darius Crooks will not accept his friends calling him out on his ish. That's how you end up not being his friend. Ask Crystal how she disappeared for 4 to 5 months. And why she still ain't in his good graces like she used to be. Notice that? Those of y'all who follow. Where Crystal at? Barely around. Crystal get to hang out in group settings now. Remember, Crystal used to take care of him when he would have mommy makeovers. She was always riding in the car. When he was going through his court, she was at every court hearing, driving him around, all of that stuff. He don't need her no more. Where she at? Going with the wind. That's how Tabitha said it. No loyalty. No loyalty. So the real reason why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown, it ain't because she did nothing wrong. It's because darkness doesn't like light, if y'all didn't know this. Darkness, if I turn this light off, the darkness gets to prevail, and it's happy. But when I turn this light on, the darkness scatters because it hates light. That's what's happening. The darkness of Darius Crooks hates the light of Tabitha Brown. That's a word. So this whole thing with Darius Crooks and Tabitha Brown is not random. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Now, this is the crazy part. This is how God worked, though, because I was going to talk to y'all about this. And I was like, I just thought I was going to have to just tell y'all, and because I was like, I don't really have the clips and all it. Like, it would just take too long. I ain't have enough time for all that today. Right before I was about to go live with y'all, I run into this clip on Twitter. It's always some great people on Twitter. And I think this is Exposure is Good for the Soul. I think that's who posted this. I run into this clip and I thought it was something else. And I started listening. I said, this is Darius Crooks talking about what I was going to talk about. He is saying it in his own words, the issue that he has with Tabitha Brown. But again, a little bit of the truth, because this is how he operates, a little bit of the truth wrapped up in the big old lie. So I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna listen to it, and then I'm gonna tell you all the stuff he left out in the parts of the big old lie. Here we go. Oh, I'm over here on my other side. Y'all ain't gonna see that. That's it. Yep, that's it. Here we go.
Not followed Tabitha Brown in years. I know I definitely.
Now, in the other clip, and I think I played it, he said he don't follow Tabitha Brown, but he didn't say I don't follow her no more. Again, this is a different live though. So, and these are his Instagram lives that he deletes. These are post and dirty deletes. They go up live. When he's done, he never saves them. Why not save these? Why not keep these for your audience so that they can watch them, watch the replay, the ones who miss it? No, if you don't join live, you don't see it. Unless you're in one of these groups and you see the clips from it later on. He does that on purpose because the truth is he's so busy lying and indoctrinating that when you start to piece all this stuff together, as many of the people in the exposed group do, you start to see the web of lies. Here's part of it.
I've not followed Tabitha Brown in years. I know I definitely unfollowed Tabitha Brown with the whole KevOnStage. When KevOnStage came out and KevOnStage said what he said about me, I disavowed Darius Crooks because of I did a show. His show was something about Ask a Millionaire. It was Ask A, but in this case it was Ask a Millionaire. So he had interviewed me. He flew me to his house and everything. Did the interview, and the kitchenista got upset about the interview and said, well, did you even ask him if he was...
Please know that he's giving bits of the truth and twisting it into his narrative, spinning the true narrative into his lie. But I'm going to let it play through, and then I'll replay it and give commentary. But I'm going to close out this poll because we need to make room for the next one. Do you know the history of why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown for winning in life? 47% of you say yes. 53% of you say no. Hold on to your horses. This is a deep dive. It's coming your way.
Was a millionaire? Did you even see if he had $1 million? And Kevin was like, you know what? I didn't actually. So maybe he lied about it. And then he put a video up and said, you know, I disavowed Darius Crooks. I know that Tabitha Brown and KevOnStage hang out together. If I know they cool, why I'm following Tabitha? I'm a Capricorn. I don't do that. I also know KevOnStage is cool with Danni Rose, Stovetop Kisses, who got her start when I handpicked her to be a part of Black Food Network, right? And we can certainly go revisit those conversations on from Periscope. And some of y'all who watching right now, you were there when we did it. So you saw it with your own eyes. You see what I'm saying? So if I know y'all all hang out together, I'm not finna be hanging out with y'all. I'm not finna be following you. I know how to see myself out. I'm never going to sit in a space I'm not welcome. I'm never going to sit in a space someone doesn't want me yet, and I'm never going to offer myself to a space that does not fully serve me. You can do that. You can do that. I'm not doing that. I do not sit in spaces that don't serve me. I make more than enough money. I have more than enough assets.
Everything with Darius Crooks goes to money. Everything. His worth is in money. And that's why you know the first thing God gonna take and attack is gonna be that money.
I have more than enough common sense. And honey, if I lost it all tomorrow, I know how to rebuild and get it all back the next day. I just don't sit in those spaces. So I don't. So I will politely unfollow to hold on to my...
So let's revisit this lie. I'm gonna this time. He just took different pieces of the truth and just mumbled them all together with his narrative of a lie. It's ridiculous. And people don't know no better, so they just oh, okay, all right, it makes sense.
I followed Tabitha Brown in years. I know I definitely unfollowed Tabitha Brown with the whole KevOnStage. When KevOnStage came out and KevOnStage said what he said about me, I disavowed Darius Crooks because of I did a show. His show was
first of all, just use our critical thinking skills. KevOnStage disavows, and we're gonna listen to this video too. I got it, the clip, and we played it before over here. We're gonna play it again tonight. KevOnStage disavows Darius Crooks. Darius Crooks then, in turns, in his words, unfollows Tabitha Brown. Why? Huh? Or did Tabitha Brown find out why KevOnStage disavowed you for the stuff you did? We're going to get into. And she unfollowed you. You found out she unfollowed you. And then you unfollowed her. He just makes up stuff.
Something about Ask a Millionaire. It was Ask A, but in this case, it was Ask a Millionaire. So he had interviewed me. He flew me to his house and everything. Did the interview, and the kitchenista got upset about the interview and said, well, did you even ask him if he was a millionaire? Did you even see if he had $1 million? And Kevin was like, you know what? I didn't, actually. So maybe he lied about it. And then he put a video up and said, you know, I disavowed Darius Crooks. I know.
So now what Darius Crooks wants you to believe is that KevOnStage disavowed him because he interviewed Darius Crooks under the guise that Darius Crooks was a millionaire, but then someone called him to the carpet and he's like, oh, well, I actually didn't verify that he was a millionaire. I just took him at his word, but now I'm going to disavow him. What? That wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't he then instead say, well, I'm going to look into to see if he's actually a millionaire. If he is, everything stays the same. If he's not, then I will put out a statement or whatever. That was not the main reason why he disavowed Darius Crooks. It's in the video. KevOnStage is going to tell us himself. Darius Crooks knows what KevOnStage said and is ignoring that. And then I'm going to rush through this. But forget it. I don't even want to listen to her no more. Did I pull that part in? Oh, I may not have pulled it. So this is the episode that Darius Crooks was on. And hopefully I need to find the KevOnStage clip. I thought I pulled it in. But this here is part of a snippet of the interview that Darius Crooks did on KevOnStage Ask a Show. And this particular episode was Ask a Millionaire. This particular clip is Darius Crooks bragging about how he creates drama online in order to build engagement, because otherwise he would not be popular, because people don't really care about the food. They care about the drama. He said it basically in so many words.
It's Seymour. So that is, if I posted pictures of salads all day long, I would get no engagement.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whenever you post, and that's a good strategy for people who want to build a brand, right? Whenever you start posting content that allows people to engage on a larger scale, then your content gets seen more.
So that was a branding thing.
It is on.
I thought it was a deterrent for people to stop.
I mean,
like,
if that's the case, that's the case, right? I'm going to get it regardless. Okay, so you buy a $175 ticket, you know, you win the dispute. Am I really going to be crying about it? Probably not, right? But I also look at that opportunity and go,
odd flex, but okay.
Well, but I'm just saying, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what you know what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody who does e-commerce or everybody who's in the sales business or retail, it happens, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I go, oh, I could use this as a way to put this online, and then people will engage, and everybody starts commenting, and so you just
people
build.
Be going ham.
No, they go crazy.
Just so I understand this correctly, so somebody buys a $175 ticket to your event, they go to it, they eat, they enjoy it, they post pictures, and then they leave and they're like, I'm gonna weasel, and they call their bank, and they go, oh, I don't know what this $175.
Exactly.
And then they may win that dispute, but then
they don't.
Like,
they never win.
Oh, they never do.
Yeah, because when
Darius
you
has all the stuff to track you.
Yeah.
He has your email signature.
Yeah,
he flashes all their stuff.
Yeah, the minute you buy anything from me, I know exactly where you are, whether it's on a cell phone, what part of the world you're in, whatever the case may be.
He's the Jason Bourne of food blogging.
Well, but I'm saying no. So what people will say is they'll be like, "Oh, it's fraudulent. It's not me, right?" But the card that you purchased when you bought my stuff, you were in Dallas, Texas, and then the 2 charges before you bought gas and a McDonald's in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
It's you. You can't lie. And say
And now they're
you know what's
embarrassed
great about
online
this?
as well.
You know what's great about this is they dispute it, and you said they never win.
Yeah.
So you get that money, but then you post it, and you're going to make more money off of that.
Yeah, well, people like it.
Scumbags or weasels, you know.
They love the engage. So people like it. They like the clapbacks. They do. I do that every once in a while. They like it. But I also think what's important is that you gotta. If you just post it just like normal, regular content all day long, people will be like, okay, it's just so vanilla. But when you flavor it up a little bit, people go, okay, I'm into it. So I do it for the engagement.
Wow,
that's great.
Yeah.
So,
and that interview was so not a good look for KevOnStage nor his co-host. But as you see, that was another one. There's been quite a few times where Darius Crooks has been transparent about his brand and about his tactics online, where he literally just said, and you spice it up a little bit. Spicing it up a little bit means lie, means create a narrative, means create a fake email, create a fake text message from a guy that allegedly you're hooking up with, create a situation where you claim that this DL guy was just with you and he got a girlfriend and they are on a vacation. Darius Crooks can totally create storylines for the purposes of social media engagement. I know a lot of y'all don't think so, because y'all like, that's crazy. That's sociopathic. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I know a lot of y'all don't believe it, but it's true. The most recent, well, it's been so much, but one of the more recent things was the USPS email, the alleged email screenshot that he put up, which is going to get him in major trouble, but that's a whole nother story, that he put up allegedly saying it was from a supervisor at one of the post offices who claimed in the email to him that they apologized, the customer didn't get their order, they accidentally delivered it to the wrong address. The mail carrier, and people believe this ish, the mail carrier went to the neighbor's house where the package was wrongfully delivered to and asked them for the package back, but the person said they didn't have it. And so then they come back to the post office and they reach out to Darius Crooks with the order number, which how would they get that? And they're asking if Darius Crooks could please give the person another order because they messed up at the post office. What? What? Huh? What kind of post office is this? I never heard of this. What? You're lucky if they answer your call. Much less like, we're gonna try to chase your package down for you. We're gonna go to your cousin's house. Maybe it went to their address instead. Well, I got the other post carrier. He talking to his friend who work on the north side, and they gonna go track your package, and then we're gonna hit you up to like what? Never heard of that. But maybe he's so famous that he gets this special kind of VIP treatment. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. We probably aren't on that level. Just like he's not on Tabitha Brown level and he has zero idea of what her brand deal really looks like with Target or how much money she's making and what's what with her. Maybe it's the same with him in the USPS. Maybe he's giving them so much business that he gets VIP treatment and so does his flying ants. Maybe. Poll question we're closing out. Did you know that KevOnStage denounced Darius Crooks for being a scammer and a predator of Black women? 74% of you said yes, you did know. 26% of you did not know. I finally got the video. I was actually wasting a little time so it could download. It is now ready. Give me a second. Where is it? Here. Yeah. I need to put my glasses on because I'm really struggling. But it just feels good.
Wait, KevOnStage, I want to address the Darius Crooks allegations. Like most of Twitter, I found out about Darius's allegations a couple weeks ago when the Kitchenista posted receipts and screenshots and, you know, people started speaking out and things like that. She asked me if...
Now, remember, we just watched Darius Crooks in a recent clip. The clip that we just watched is from like within a week, couple days, where he is claiming that the only reason that KevOnStage denounced him, and remember, this is all about Tabitha Brown. I'm taking y'all a long way around. Those of you who may be new, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. But this is how I go with my deep dives. I'm going to take you all the way around the world so you understand every nuance of it, and then I'm going to take you to where we end up needing to be, which is back to why Darius Crooks hates on Tabitha Brown and shades her. This all is attached to it. We ain't changed topics. We're on the same topic. We at the rooter to the tutor. We going to the roots of this, where the seeds have been planted. So again, Darius Crooks just told us that the only reason that KevOnStage denounced him was because he was on the show as a millionaire, and the Kitchenista got mad and said, how you know he was a millionaire? Did you vet him? Did you look at his bank statements? And KevOnStage said, nah, I just kind of took him at his word. And he's like, well, I'm going to denounce him because I took him at his word that he was a millionaire. That's Darius Crooks' version. Let's listen to Kev on stage in his own words say why.
What up, y'all? It's your boy KevOnStage. I want to address the Darius Cooks allegations. Like most of Twitter, I found out about Darius's allegations a couple weeks ago when the Kitchenista posted receipts and screenshots, and people started speaking out and things like that. She asked me if I was going to do a follow-up interview to a show I did called Aska, where we asked him, a millionaire, about how he became a millionaire. And I told her there would be no follow-up interview. The show was aired in early 2019, April 2019. And I immediately removed the video as to not amplify his voice or cause any further confusion. At the same time, a close friend of ours, Danni Rose, who hadn't really told us about her fallout with him. How
we on Danni Rose? I thought this whole thing was just about whether or not he was a millionaire. And because you didn't look at his bank statements, you denounced him. He said you denounced him over the Kitchenista being mad because you didn't vet whether he was a millionaire. Now you talking about Danni Rose. What happened? What had happened with Danni Rose? Let's go back a little bit.
Those who hadn't really told us about her fallout with him, his voice, or cause any further confusion. At the same time, a close friend of ours, Danni Rose, who hadn't really told us about her fallout with him, kind of told us, hey man, here's what he did to me, and asked that we didn't kind of speak about it anymore, because as these allegations were coming up, she was having to relive her own situations with him, and she didn't really want to do that. So
what? Danni Rose had situations with him. What he did to her? What did he do to Danni Rose? Wait, so you denouncing him not just because you didn't vet whether or not he was a millionaire and you had him on your show? There was more to it. It was the allegations of scamming against him and the cyberbullying and the predatory practices towards Black women specifically. On top of that, he had done some egregious things to your present friend who had been so traumatized by what he did to her that she didn't even want to acknowledge it publicly and kept it from you because she wasn't just trying to gossip about it. But then when she got forced into a corner, she said, hey, I'm going to tell you what happened, but I don't want to keep revisiting it. This a lot deeper than Darius Crooks saying, yeah, when KevOnStage denounced me because the Kitchenista got mad because he said I was a millionaire and he didn't vet me. This is a whole lot. Remember, bit of the truth. Was the Kitchenista involved? Yes. Was there a question about whether or not Darius Crooks was legitimately a millionaire at that time? Yes. But was that the sole reason that KevOnStage denounced him? Hell no. It wasn't even a part of the reason. It was what he did to Danni Rose, who was KevOnStage's friend, is KevOnStage's friend. And he didn't know that prior to this. Why? Because she wasn't trying to keep up no mess. Because she wasn't like, why you got him on your show? Don't have him on your show. Look what he did to me. And this and da-da-da. She didn't do that. She like, I'm going to just let well enough be, and God going to take care of him. There's a lot of people. Ooh, Jesus, when it come down on Crooks, because I know so many people that he's done wrong in horrible, egregious ways.
Her own situations with him, and she didn't really want to do that. So to be good friends to her, I stopped responding and I didn't say anything else. I now realize that silence and not making a formal disavowing of him looks like I was protecting him. So I want to say clearly, I do not support Darius Cooks. I believed the stuff he said, like most people. At the time of the Ask a Millionaire interview, I saw his Shopify screenshots. I saw his Dining with Darius stuff. I saw the amount of money that he was posting, and I believed him. I didn't do any due diligence when I did Ask a Millionaire. He said he was a millionaire. He had posted receipts. I believed it, and that is my fault for having a big platform. I understand more now than ever that with this big platform, I need to be more responsible with how I share it and who I share it with. And for claims like that, in situations that can come up later, I should have done more diligence and more research to make sure those claims were credible. And I did not do that, and I apologize. I also realized by not making it very clear while trying to protect my friend Danni, while not making it very clear that I don't support him, it looks like I'm being silent about the scenario.
While trying to protect his friend Danni. I thought you just denounced it. Let Crooks tell it now, because he likes to reinvent the narrative. Let him tell it now. You denounced him over him being a millionaire, but you didn't vet it. So you denounced him. Not because you was protecting your friend Danni. Interesting.
I am still learning how to be an ally, how to protect Black women, what that looks like.
He at that time was still learning, in his own words, how to protect Black women. Just whether or not somebody's a millionaire, is that how you protect Black women? Or is it through what a predator does to Black women and you denounce that predator? Some of y'all like, I'm lost. What you talking about? Because that didn't make sense. Well, what did Darius Christian just tell
I
him?
followed Tabitha Brown in years. I know I definitely unfollowed Tabitha Brown with the whole KevOnStage. When KevOnStage came out and KevOnStage said what he said about me, I disavowed Darius Crooks because of I did a show. His show was something about Ask a Millionaire. It was Ask A, but in this case it was Ask a Millionaire. So he had interviewed me. He flew me to his house and everything. Did the interview, and the kitchenista got upset about the interview and said, well, did you even ask him if he was a millionaire? Did you even see if he had $1 million? And Kevin was like, you know what? I didn't, actually. So maybe he lied about it. And then he put a video up and said, I disavowed Darius Crooks.
I ain't got to make it up. I ain't got a lot to kick it. Anyway, so after that, because association at a point was so a proximity to success and, people with wealth and prominence, etc., was very important to Darius Crooks at a point. He's become very jaded with it now because a lot of legitimate celebrities have disavowed him. Some publicly and stated it. Others have just slowly backed out. So Darius Crooks has now not leaned into that as much. However, back in 2021, Darius Crooks valued that. And KevOnStage was a part of that list of celebrities, pseudo-celebrities or celebrities, whatever you want, public figures, that Darius Crooks loved, that he was able to say he was attached to in any way. Now, him and KevOnStage were internet friends, internet associates, etc. They had each other's phone numbers. They would talk or text from time to time and talk shop, social media shop, etc., etc. So this hit Darius Crooks because he was like, he's able to brag and say, I'm friends with KevOnStage and he the funny comedian, church comedian guy, blah, blah, blah. Darius Crooks liked to play church. Darius Crooks is very goofy. So he liked having that relationship with KevOnStage. But KevOnStage denounced Darius Crooks for his evil ways. And it hurt Crooks. It hurt the man child. And Darius Crooks took to his IG lives the next morning when he heard about the video had come out and people were sharing it like, did you hear? You got disavowed. And this was Darius Crooks' response.
I guess, boy, this is a season. You understand me? A season. I don't get it, man. At all. So I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm trying to stay motivated and inspired and, remain hopeful. So sorry. Y'all caught me on the heels of, I just woke up and my friend had texted me and said, did you see the KevOnStage? And I said, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. And I went to go look on Twitter And basically, he put out a video saying that I do not support Darius Cooks. And I said, whoa, okay. This is what Tuesday, or what's today, Wednesday? Man, what? No, today too. This is what Tuesday is. Okay, Tuesday. This is how we starting out on Tuesday. Okay, here we go. Let's do it then. All right. You know, each day is like whatever you get each day, you got to deal with it. You know, I can't deal with yesterday no more. I got to deal and stick with today. So, and that hurts a little bit because, it hurts a lot because I looked up to him.
That hurt a lot because little Tink Tink, little man child, looked up to him. Yet another man has dropped Darius Crooks and disavowed him. It hurt him little feelings. It hurt him little feelings so much so that not only KevOnStage became a problem to him, meaning he gets enraged. It's like a kid who throws a tantrum. It's like you take a toy from a little baby because they about to stick the fork in the or stick the toy in the outlet, and you're like, no, you can't do that. And then they throw a fit, and then somebody come by and they like, no, it's okay. They was just trying to help you not get hurt. And everybody who come around getting it, this how Darius Crooks throws his tantrum. So let me let this play. Tabitha Brown becomes a part of getting the strays, guilty by association. So because KevOnStage denounced Darius Crooks and Tabitha Brown is friends with KevOnStage, her and her husband are friends with Kev and his wife, she also became an enemy of Darius Crooks. Mind you, prior to this, Darius Crooks was a fan of Tabitha Brown. So much so, and some of y'all know this, put it in the chat if you agree. So much so that people were calling him out for copying her style, for using her words, for copying her vernacular. They were like, you copying off Tab. He literally started acting like her at points. But then she became the enemy because her friend denounced him. Well, and she unfollowed him. But don't forget that part. Because she like, oh, he on some BS. Now, he also claimed at a point, and this was a while back, that there was also some brand collaboration situation that they both were offered earlier on in her career when she started to take off. And I think he said they won't offer him enough money or something or other, blah, blah, blah. He probably did something egregious, and that probably gave her a bad taste in her mouth. And she was like, we ain't going to be cool after that anyway. But let's finish with Poor Tink Tink. This video we're watching here, of course, is from 2021. This is when all of the exposing of Darius Crooks became public, got on the public platform, and not just, behind the scenes on Lipstick Alley and Twitter and all of that. It hit the mainstream. And this is Darius Crooks. He was going through it. Black Enterprise talking about him. Fox at 5 Atlanta. I don't know if they had started yet, but all the news articles on him and all the people coming out with their stories on Twitter and the Lipstick Alleys and all that. It was all getting to him. Remember, see, his beard was black then. Now it looked like Scampi. Look at it. Oh, that ain't the one. Scampi. Look at that. This was 2 years ago. Y'all, what is it? Three going on 3 years ago. How you go from that? Look how much he's aged in 3 years. That's what the devil will do to you. 3 years. 30 years of aging. How does that happen?
High school. It's not
3 years. I know some of y'all like, that's AI. No. 3 years ago, he looked like this. Today, he looked like this. He's aged 30 years.
I mean, it's the season, I guess. And I really feel like I don't know. There's not. I can't do anything. I can't say anything. Y'all know KevOnStage, the comedian. That's because his wife is friends with Danni, probably. But you know, hey, it is what it is. You know. Oh, I know they recorded it. That's fine. I don't really care about that. So I was like, okay, wow, all right, Tuesday. I don't know what's on the other side of this. I don't know.
So, that was Darius Crooks responding to the KevOnStage situation. And again, Tabitha Brown caught strays from it. Poll question, we're closing out. Did you know that KevOnStage denounced Darius Crooks for being a scammer and predatory a black woman? Didn't I read this well? But 74% of you said yes, you did know. 25% of you did not. Next poll question. Do you know who Danni Rose is? Because this is the root of all of this. Without this, KevOnStage possibly would not have denounced Darius Crooks. Without this, possibly Darius Crooks may have still been in the fold of the association of a KevOnStage and a Tabitha Brown and whoever else their little crew is. But they knew what he did to Danni Rose. Well, they found out what he did to Danni Rose when she kind of got forced into sharing her story. So here's the Danni Rose story for those of you who do not know. So Danni Rose is a social media influencer. She's a TV host and everything now. Another person who's who was from Darius Crooks' past. He loves to he tries to take credit for her career now. He claims that she's good on camera because of him. It's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing. But anyway, Darius Crooks back in the day, and I'm not showing a bunch of receipts and all that. I'm just going to tell y'all a story. We're going to move on. Back in somewhere around 2015, 2016, Darius Crooks started what he called the Black Food Network. This was his idea because he couldn't get on the Food Network. Now, remember, he's been on the Food Network. He was on the Sonny Anderson, Cooking for Real with Sonny Anderson, or whatever it was called. He was on that show. He was on it a couple times. And then they found out, Sonny found out he was a scammer due to the Fresco scam back in Chicago. And because of that, because people came to her about this Fresco scam, and they thought that she had something to do with it, because they're like, you had this scammer on your show. I ordered from Fresco, and he scammed me. And obviously you're in on it. And so she's like, no, I don't have nothing to do with it. She reaches out to Darius Crooks. She's like, hey, I got all these people hitting me up talking about this Fresco scam situation. What's happening with this? Give me an answer, et cetera, et cetera. Darius Crooks, instead of answering her, hangs up on her, hangs up on Sonny Anderson as she is inquiring about this Fresco situation. This is back when he was in Chicago. She says he hangs up on her and she literally never him again. Through that, the Food Network and the producers who were interested in having him on future shows scrapped that. Now today, the version he tells, again, always a little bit of the truth with Darius Crooks. That's why sometimes people, when his flying ants are checking, no, but see that part, that's true. He was on the Food Network and Sonny Anderson did have him on and he did fried chicken for her in Chicago. Yes, all of that's true. But the part he leaves out is why their relationship ended. He will say, he twists the narrative. He says she was jealous of him. Sonny Anderson reached out to Darius Crooks from a blog, from him blogging pictures of food he would cook, recipes, at home in his own kitchen. She was like, oh, that looked tasty, blah, 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 this and that. Next time I'm in Chicago, I'm coming for a plate. He thought she was joking, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, I'm serious, blah, blah, blah. Her feeling like I see someone who potentially has talent. Somebody help me. I want to use my platform to bring other people up and bring other people along. She actually does meet with Darius Crooks. She does go to Chicago. She has some of his food, et cetera, et cetera. She sees his personality. She decides to invite him to her show on the Food Network in New York City. New York City? Yes, New York City. He comes on the show. He's there to tape one episode. He does well. The producers ask him, hey, can you do another episode? Because they tape like 2 shows a day or whatever it was. He's like, sure. He ends up on 2 episodes. Darius Crooks, the story he tells today is that the reason he didn't end up back on the Food Network is because Sonny Anderson got jealous because he did so well and the producers wanted him to stay. It was her show. Do you think she had nothing to do with that? He got on the show because of her. Do you think she asked somebody to come on the show to not do well? Do you think she wanted somebody on the show who would make the show not be entertaining and engaging? Who she wouldn't have some kind of vibe with? That makes no sense. So he claims that when he got there, he did such an amazing job that she got jealous and got scared because the producers liked him. Do you think they was going to push her out her own show for you? I wish I had a picture to show what it looked like back then. That was before the mommy makeovers. And even with them, you're struggling. But anyway, so that's the version he tells today. And the flying ants. She's just jealous of a black man because you so smart and you cook so well. Even though she's been on the Food Network for about 20 years at this point. But no, you would have been so much better than her. It's crazy over there. Oh my God. It's crazy over there. So that's the story he tells. It ain't that she stopped being friends with him because he brought a scam to her show because he was promoting the Fresh Go scam. She didn't know it was a scam. He was talking about the grocery delivery thing. Kicked off the Food Network. That's why he's been blackballed and ain't been back on the Food Network since 2008 or 9 or whatever year that was. That's why. The reason him and Sonny Anderson the reason Sonny Anderson calls him a scammer to this day is because Darius Crooks came on her nationally syndicated Food Network show of a black woman. Back to that. Always messing with the black women. Came on a black woman's, I think, wasn't she the only one back then for sure? Came on a black woman's national cooking show with a goddamn scam. So to this day, Sonny Anderson calls him out, calls him a scammer, calls him a penny scammer. She does it publicly. He even sent her a cease and desist from his attorney. She sent something from her attorney saying, hey, I can call him a scammer because the state of Georgia declared him a scammer. That's how he ended up having to pay the $147,000 in restitution for the above 701 credit repair scam. It's the whole thing. Y'all got me going down rabbit hole. Stop it. I tell y'all, everything takes us down a rabbit hole. It's so much. They ain't had nothing to do with Tabitha Brown, but I'm just telling y'all who we're dealing with. Poll question we're closing out. Do you know who Danni Rose, aka Stovetop Kisses, is? 47% of you do, 53% of you do not. So again, this is her picture. So Danni Rose, this was in the beginning, about 2015, 2016, somewhere up in there. He starts this Black Food Network. It's funny now that I think about how I end up way over there with Sonny Anderson. Because he started the Black Food Network when he realized he was never going to get back on the Food Network. He's been blackballed. He's been blackballed in New York to a large degree. I know other people in the industry there, and they say his name is Ish. And I'm talking about people who are currently producers in television. So I know who I'm talking about, who I know very well. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. His name is Mud. So he decides, I'm going to build my own, which is basically what he's done with his brand, period, because he can't get brand deals. He's so toxic that he's destroyed every relationship and every business relationship. So he's relegated. He can never have a career like a Tabitha Brown because he's destroyed every relationship that he's ever had that could have taken him in that path. So he's now been relegated to building his own. He acts as if it was his brainchild. This is always what he wanted to do. He had no other option but to figure out how to do it on his own. That's why everything is him. Everything is in-house. He can't get a brand deal. Hennessy laughed at him. Remember, I even told y'all when he came up with the Three Kings idea, the Three Kings tour idea, I told y'all the only reason he was doing that was so that he could use the names of the two partners, Corey and Jeremy, to hopefully fool the brands, potential brands, so they don't notice that he's involved in it. That his name is not number one, because no legitimate brands will align with him. So he tried to use them for that, tried to get a deal with Hennessy, and Hennessy laughed at them. So anyway, Danny Rose joins his Black Food Network collaborative. It's him, and there's about 7 other influencers, all kind of starting out. Darius Crooks purposefully plotted on and preyed on, not prayed, but preyed on those that he saw with talents that he could profit off of. All of them eventually figured it out, and they all just kind of dropped off one by one. There was one guy who he was jealous of because the guy was very attractive and heterosexual, so the women were, unlike his clients, we love our master Darius. We attracted to him, even though he wouldn't even look at us and he thinks our body parts are disgusting, but we love him, and if he would turn him, if we could turn him, we would. This particular guy was attractive, unlike Darius Crooks, and straight. So this guy was getting attention from the women. Darius Crooks got jealous of it and started trying to sabotage the guy, and the guy ended up, going about his business. Danny Rose was starting out as well. Danny Rose didn't quite have the level of personality she has now. She was camera shy, et cetera, et cetera. So she built up. I was the same way. I still do work on some of it, like being camera shy. It took me years to be able to do my channel. Then she had these cinnamon rolls that she made that were delicious, and she did all kind of flavors or whatever. Darius Crooks fell in love with them. And he was like, oh my God, these cinnamon rolls are amazing. You got to teach me the recipe, et cetera, et cetera. So eventually, and she was selling them. And he was like, he could basically help her scale and sell more. Now, at this point, he's making a little bit of money from social media. So he has more money than her. He then offers to help her grow her business for a little bit of like an investment. Like, I'm going to invest a little bit to help you grow your brand, and then, take it from there. She then teaches Darius Crooks her recipe, but she doesn't teach him the icing. Her father gets ill, and she has to leave to go take care of her father. She's a single mom. And when she goes to take care of her father, her ailing father, Darius Crooks trademarks this woman's business. Cinna Treats. We have the documentation. It was happening in real time on Lipstick Alley. It's been chronicled and journaled to the T, day by day, what was happening. So while she's taking care of her ailing father, this is why this woman doesn't want to talk about it. But the reason I continue to talk about it is so that people can see how horrible of a human being that Darius Crooks is. So that they could see that nobody's just hating on him. This is a forewarning that you too can face the fate of a Danny Rose. Because there's other stories. There's just the one we're sharing today. So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, but he ends up trademarking her business while she was gone. She comes back to realize that he has literally stolen her business from up under her. He's hired an intern who is baking the cinnamon rolls out of his kitchen. The only thing is she never taught him the icing, so he could never quite get that right. On top of that, because Darius Crooks is so sloppy and just throws stuff together, because at the end of the day for him, it's all about money. he didn't package them right, so people were complaining about them when they get like the cakes, like the pound cakes, the Carolina pound cakes. The wrappers was ripped open. They were dry when they got them, mashed up, all kind of stuff. He didn't package them well. Also, they didn't taste that great because he didn't know how to make the icing, and he was buying the icing from like Sam's Club or something, some generic icing. Anyway, she ended up starting another cinnamon roll business, and Darius Crooks ended up floundering. Now, part of the story is that the original location for Greens and Gravy was actually also supposed to house Cinna Treats, but the Cinna Treats business fell apart, and so he ended up just having the restaurant there. Little fun fact for y'all. Anyway, we're still gonna one day do a real deep dive because it's so, oh my God, I got so many recipes. Oh, and I did pull this in. I thought I didn't pull this in. This is the post that Darius Crooks did on oh my God, that's why I need my other setup. Let me see if I can read it. Oh, let me put these on this app. There we go. On November the 2nd of 2016, Darius Crooks says, just signed my first commercial lease in Atlanta to really bring at Cinna Treats to complete an ultimate life. Also, gonna be launching Food Shopping Network 2. What the hell is that? Where that business at? But he's so brilliant. Every idea he has been successful, so much so that he can advise Tabitha Brown. Where's the Food Shopping Network? That one I ain't even heard of. I work with one of the dopest realtors in Atlanta. If you got commercial real estate needs, she gets it done. I text her a week and a half ago telling her what I needed. Today I signed a lease. Pretty dope. FYI, Food Shopping Network is trademarked by me. Also like Cinna Treats. Can't wait to bring you delicious mail order treats from my heart to yours. So that's what was supposed to be happening at the Greens and Gravy location. Don't know how that turned into a restaurant after that. Then we got Uptown Pie. So this was his he don't do good with the sweets now that I think about it, because he had the Cupcake Gallery. That was the first storefront he ever had. Then he called himself opening up Uptown Pies so that he could cheat his investors who had invested in the Cupcake Gallery from their profits by saying the money that was coming through there were Uptown Pies profits, which was the business he created after the fact. It was a whole thing. That was a way to cheat those investors out of their money. That was a whole thing. Anyway, so that basically is the story in summary, the story of Stovetop Kisses. And it was a lot of drama. He set her up. He tried to turn his followers against her. Some did, and they're still with him today. Some of the Periscope flying ants. I remember the story. I remember it, Crooks. Yeah, she was shy and she cried on the camera, and then she didn't know what she wanted to do. So yeah, of course you take the business from her. All that. Again, he's a predator of Black women. I keep telling y'all that. So this is what KevOnStage is talking about. He's like, hey, I didn't know about that. And when I found out what he did to her, and she doesn't really want to talk about it because it's traumatizing. But when I found out, I decided I need to protect my friend by not being friends with a predator. And so he formally denounced Darius Crooks. That's in summary. And this is also just a couple reminders, because some of y'all don't know this. Because Darius Crooks, you know, he likes to get up on a pedestal. And what a lot of y'all did with this pedestal that he calls himself getting on. Now, I'd be telling him every time I do a story on him, like, get down from that pedestal. Get your ass down from that pedestal. You don't belong on that pedestal. But what the internet did this time around when he started messing with Tab is they pushed the pedestal over and he just fell off. I was trying to be gentle and kind of was like, come down. Y'all was like, get your ass off the pedestal. There ain't gonna be no pedestal for you to get on. Y'all just pushed it over. Speaking of people who don't belong on pedestals, this is Darius Crooks. Again, The person who can advise Tabitha Brown on how to become a gazillionaire, the person who can advise Tabitha Brown on how to become a gazillionaire hosts events like this. Garage dining events. Dining events in a garage with Slop. What is that? What is, for real, what is that? Y'all think I'm joking. What the hell is that? Anybody, can anybody identify what this is? What is that? Is that bananas or cucumbers on it? I don't know what's happening there. But he's serving the flying ants. I only paid $289 to be in a garage and eat slop. And it wasn't enough. I would have paid more to be around Darius Crooks and touch the hem of his garment. Somebody like this is trying to advise Tabitha Brown, who has a major multi-million-dollar deal with a major retailer, mega retailer is what Black Enterprise said. He's trying to advise her on how to run a business. The audacity, the gall. What? Huh? And he proud. Look at him sitting there. Look at y'all see it? He proud. He think he doing something because he spent so much time around the flying ants. You're so wonderful. Your teeth are beautiful. All of that he's gotten delusional and he walked himself up that pedestal that y'all pushed over. Get your ass down off that pedestal. He don't have real followers. I have real followers, real supporters. Call me out. Say, Vel, you're doing too much. They don't never do that with him. And so then he can serve them this and tell them this is an elegant dining experience and they actually get a discount at $289. Craziness. It's craziness. But this ain't all. This ain't all. Because again, we got to just show you who we talked about. This is the expert on how to become a gazillionaire and run a well-established empire, building generational wealth for himself. Does he understand generational wealth is supposed to last beyond your generation? This is what else happens at these slop fest. They are, I just thought about, I should have had the close-up one. They are drinking what he coins Kool-Aid sangria out of a Rubbermaid container that we use for our seasonal clothes and Christmas decoration. Seasonal clothes and Christmas decoration or Kool-Aid. $289. Tabitha Brown's supposed to be she's supposed to be listening to this. Here's a close-up. I'm sorry. And it's not just these kind of Rubbermaid containers, because I think he tosses them at the end of each city or something. They come in this too. This, when I looked at this earlier today, I was like, this reminds me of something. How my stomach felt the other day. Stop. How my stomach felt the other day. And when you go to somebody's house who got nasty dishwater, like they've been washing the skillets, they fry some pork chops, and they wash they put the greasy. Now they done wash dishes. No, they started with the greasy pork chop cast iron skillet first. And then they started washing the other, and they ain't scraped not nan bit of food off nothing they put in that water. They just wash it. And everything you take out is still greasy because they started washing the greasy stuff first. Some of y'all don't know no better. You don't wash the greasy stuff first. You save that for the last. And sometimes you got to change the water, depending, you got to pay attention to all that. That's what that look like. That's what they look like. Somebody washing dishes and they scrape nan bit of food after they had washed the greasy cast iron skillet first. But they paid $289 for this and was scooping hands in the stuff and dripping off. I got a picture of it. It's just we already going too long, so I ain't finna pull all that. I got a picture. Somebody did a close-up, and you see the Kool-Aid sangria dripping off their hands. But Crooks is gonna advise Tabitha Brown on how to become a gazillionaire. And she the fool. She the fool. Not his followers who buy them tickets to that stuff after we showed them time and time again. Not them, but Tabitha Brown, the multimillionaire, generational wealth building, household name, Black woman with a successful husband, family, and building an amazing brand. Her, she's the fool. The delusion of it all. The delusion of it all. Okay, so getting back to Darius Crooks and how y'all been dragging, pushing them off that pedestal. And I love y'all for it. So we're gonna watch a couple clips of some of y'all pushing them off the pedestal. That keep climbing up. Get your ass down from that pedestal. You don't belong up there with that damn Kool-Aid Rubbermaid container. Get out of here with this.
We got to talk about Tabitha Brown and that nigga Darius Crooks. Girl,
First of all,
Craig, leave that on in.
First of all, why y'all be bothering people who ain't bothering y'all?
Well, first of all, Darius Brown was Darius Cook. Oh, whatever her name is, girl. I'm here. His name is.
Don't misgender him.
Oh, I'm not. Excuse me, sir. Whatever his name may be. Again, my stuff says F on it.
Right.
Regardless of what y'all think is.
Right.
I can pull it out. All my shit say F on it. F.
Now, why he bothering that woman? See, Tabitha is one of those people that
walked up there in Walmart. He didn't see his shit. And you know, Tabitha Brown shit stay selling out in Walmart.
Well, she at Walmart too. I know she was at Target.
I mean, Target, yeah.
Right.
Tabitha Brown shit stay selling out in Target. And he better stop before he fuck around and find out.
He be sitting over there looking like Wendy.
Bitch, you don't remember when motherfucking Tabitha prayed for Wendy and her eyes got bigger than motherfucking 2 plates of Coke on the salsa, bitch. And when she vanished afterwards. When Tabitha Brown said that she was retiring her husband, because listen, I'm retiring mine. Craig, I'm retiring my husband.
Girl, you don't retire that nigga till he get down to the voting booth.
He gonna be all right, girl. We gonna talk in the middle of the evening. He gonna be all right. But I'm retiring him. He ain't gonna have to work nowhere. He the police. He ain't gonna have to work nowhere.
Let me tell you something. Tabitha Brown is one of the least problematic people on social media.
Completely.
And see, she's the consummate example of why I didn't want to come online ever. I was comfortable back here behind it because she don't talk about that lady. Don't even cuss, at least on the camera. I ain't never heard her cuss.
She don't cuss. But when I get around her, I cuss for her.
Right. She seems like she's sweet. She just comes on there and talks about her vegan recipes. She talks about her family a little bit more now. She talks about how God has enlarged her territory now. She ain't on there talking about nobody else. And this man that went and bothered her talking about what kind of deal she should have gotten. She should have never signed. Why niggas who ain't got no deal always talking about what somebody else should have done? Talking about her seasonings and shit is on the bottom shelf. First of all,
they on the shelf.
That part.
That's all you need to know. They on the shelf. Where yours at?
That part.
This how we sum up. Where yours at? They on the shelf. They on the shelf, Miss Keisha.
Who?
Miss Keisha, they on the shelf. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. They on the shelf.
And furthermore,
another thing they're going to do.
Right. One more thing my lawyers want me to say. When they first deployed her products over at Target, there were full displays. Bitch, you couldn't go in there and not see her shit. But what happens is over time, they do change your placement. They do change your placement, and it's okay, but it's still there. But it's always a nigga talking about what you're supposed to do with your dream, with your vision, and what he shouldn't have done. When Target come tap you on your shoulder, that's when you can talk about what you're going to do. But for now, this is that lady's dream. This is her vision. She can take it in any direction she wants. But he's so nasty. And the shit y'all be trying to say about me, how I'm bitter and mean. No, that's bitter and mean. He had an issue with them children down there in College Park. They got that restaurant.
Run it, Craig.
Yeah,
you know you the research queen.
Yeah. He had an
Wait
issue.
a minute, Mo.
He had an
Can
issue
you run
with
it?
the
You
dealer.
know
You
about
get all your stuff. If they paying a 3-4, so you get.
It's your boy KevOnStage.
So that was part of the dragging from T.S. Madison and Craig the Writer Stewart. I was covering on purpose because y'all know copyright and all that good stuff. But I thought that what I loved was Craig was very informed and started to talk about, actually, maybe he went on. Hold on, because I might have cut it off too quickly.
You hire all this labor. It's like pre-sales. You sell all the 8 cases to Target. Now watch this. Target put your product on the bottom shelf. Target put your product not in optimal eyesight. Target bought 8 pallets from you. If you don't sell them 8 pallets, guess what happened? You owe Target money. That's in the contract. Tabitha got her name on something. That's two different concepts. Target coming to you to use your name is one thing. And I'm going to go a step further. She a fool for doing that.
That's just like Craig, and I hate to put me in this, but this is our show.
Mm-hmm.
Let us never forget. Actually, let's not forget this too, because this is where we're heading next. We're heading there next. Trust me, if y'all keep pushing that pedestal down, he's gonna be claiming a mental health episode very soon to get y'all to get off of him. I think I saw somewhere where I read somebody's like, he talking about the mental health again. I don't know if that, sometimes I gotta get context. I need to see video and stuff because sometimes people just be talking. But he could be already gearing y'all up to get off him. Like, no, let me put my pedestal back up. I got mental health issues. That's what Darius Crooks does. We've talked about it before. Also, that tells me we might be heading back this way is Darius Crooks has also turned off his comments, from what I'm hearing, on the various platforms. On YouTube and TikTok, when he went live the other night, he turned off the comments because they've been dragging him. And on those platforms, they don't care. I wish I had time. I would have been watching. But here's another. This creator, his name is Brown. What is it? Bougie Brown Skin. I actually have a clip from him that I'll play this first. I have it permanently in here. I just always forget to play it.
Next on the list is going to be Darius Crooks. Now, he is not only a threat to national security, he's a threat to fucking mankind. He needs to go.
It's a little sound bite, and I always forget to play it, but it's permanently in our show. But anyway, he did another video on Darius Crooks. He tends to have his number each time, and here's more.
All right, quick rundown of everything that's happened the last couple of days, because unfortunately, I am one of those girls that goes missing when I get a man. But I'm back. All right, so first on the list, Darius Crooks with only parsley and Hennessy. I don't know what possessed you to get your high cholesterol, heavy salt pouring, honey glazed ass on the fucking internet and try to give Tabitha Brown advice. Why would anybody take any business advice from you when it is public record that you don't pay your fucking employees? Why would anybody take any business advice from you when you don't have a fucking business? Saying that you would never do a deal with Target as if Target would ever offer your ass a deal is fucking crazy. You would be lucky enough to get a deal with Piggly fucking Wiggly. Furthermore, I don't know why your name is Darius Crooks because you can't fucking cook. Next, DDG. Girl, you talk too much. Oh, girl, you never shut up. Shut up. Please, stop talking about this breakup. She left you. Get over it. I know it hurts to know that you fumbled the baddest bitch you're probably ever going to get in life, but please get a fucking diary. Next on the list, I am aware that Country Creole Cowgirl popped out this week to see her mother be honored at the Glamour Awards. I would just like to say congratulations to Mama Tina and... Hello.
And this is another video. This one, I thought this was kind of fun. There's a bunch of them out there. It was just only had time to pull these couple, but I thought this one was funny.
Hello, is this Tab? Hey, T-Tab, this Auntie Pam. How you? Oh, honey, I'm walking on sunshine. Listen, I was on my way to church, had to stop and get some gas, and you come across my mind. And I was just gonna ask you one favor. Please don't say nothing. Don't pray nothing, don't say nothing about Darius, cause you know last time you did, that woman ain't been right since. You had that woman walking sideways and she ain't know her left from her right, up from down. Don't do it, Tab. Cause see, you got a special connection with God, you know. You and CC Wine and y'all in a category by yourself. Y'all got direct connection to Jesus. Yeah, don't do nothing to him. He does that all the time. So people like that, like you said, you gotta overlook them. They just run their mouth, but they can't run your business, see. Cause last time I went to Target, I ain't looked on no bottom shelf. I was up on top shelf, and baby, you had sections. Just like at the club, you had a section over in grocery, you had a section over in books, you had a section over in wine. Yeah. Well, Tab, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna just overlook it, cause obviously he got the wrong statistics.
And then Darius Crooks, again, like I said, has it's getting to him. I can tell because he's trying to act like it's not. Hold on, let me take this off. He's trying to act like it's not getting to him, which is how I know that it is getting to him. And so there was this video that I just saw on, I think this was Twitter. And it's Darius Crooks when he went live the other day. And they are saying that it looks as if Darius Crooks is really trying to hold back tears. And it looked like it to me too, but y'all let me know when you watch this clip. Does it look like Darius Crooks is trying to hold back tears to you?
My real friends feel like I'm like nobody important. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know how sweet this is. Let me see. Pray for me. I'm not okay.
I don't think that was a joke. And I know he jokes a lot and he uses sarcasm and all of that. But I'm like, no, this is really getting to him. He's a man child. He is still that little neglected little boy from whatever he feels his neglect was. The mama choosing men over him, the daddy never picking him up and leaving him on the door stoop. That's his story, not mine. Him texting 75 times, 911, 411, and the daddy never showing up. It's something that triggers in him when he gets to the point where it feels like the masses are against him. There's nothing his flying ants can do. There's nothing y'all can do when y'all massa is feeling like this. Why? Because he's so used to bamboozling y'all that when you get the masses that are calling him out on his ish, it keeps him up at night, rocking in the fetal position. And here's the moment in the video. I'm like, yeah, this was him holding it back. He fought it back good, though, because he's a good actor or actress. He's a good actress. He's been doing it a very long time. This wasn't fake. You see that scrunching up of the Botox forehead? That lip curl? He's literally fighting. And he did it quick, too. That was like within seconds. He fought that shit back. That was real emotion. You rarely get it from him. I know y'all confused because some of y'all like, he got real emotions? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes the man child come out. Now, had it been an onion, I would have said, oh no, it probably was the onion got to him or something. He cutting up a watermelon. Watermelons don't make you cry. Just in case y'all didn't know.
I don't know why.
Poll tank. Anyway, poll question, we're closing out. Let me get this down first. Poll question, we're closing out. Well, can we leave this up? This is another time he cried. Was Darius Crooks holding back tears in this clip? 81% of y'all say yes. 20% of you say, well, it just changed. Now it's jumping around. But pretty much 81% of y'all saying yes, that was him crying in the video. Yeah, it's getting to him. It's getting to him. So with that, thank all of you for joining me this evening. Thank y'all for y'all support and coming in here deep today. I feel like the channel's recovering. And I appreciate you. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button. Next time, and the plan is this week. I ain't gonna even promise today. Make sure you are following and a part of our Telegram and pay attention to the notifications. But later this week, we will be updating on some of the other random Darius Crooks stuff that's been occurring. But also, we need to talk about Pam. Caused by nature, her commenting and getting drugged by the internet. And then also the Chantel, Justin Till, whatever's happening with the foreclosure situation. And I think a GoFundMe, but I got to catch up because I just saw a brief snippet of it and I saw the video, but I couldn't play it. I didn't have time. So we will be covering that in our next live stream. So we will have another Darius Crooks live this week. So I ain't gonna say which day because then I'll say the day and then something happened and I can't do it. But just pay attention and follow us on Telegram and look out for the notifications. But with that, until next time, until I upload the next video, make sure to take care and be blessed. Peace.